I'm Mark Naison. I'm a professor of African American Studies at Fordham, and we're in my office at Fordham University where I run the Bronx African American History Project and also direct the Urban Studies program. I've been doing rap songs for about 7 years. It started because I got invited into Bronx schools to do lectures on Bronx history based on our research, and I found that if I did a little rapping, the students would be much more receptive to anything else I had to say. So I created this identity, Notorious PhD. I live in a neighborhood in Brooklyn, Park Slope, which has undergone a dramatic transformation since I moved there in 1976. So I've seen gentrification operate firsthand. And then in the last 5 or 6 years, I noticed there are all these new groups who are coming to the Bronx. They're West Africans, they're Mexicans, they're Dominicans, and all of them are being pushed out of neighborhoods in other parts of the city which are undergoing what happened in Park Slope. And so I began to say, well, what happens if this comes to the Bronx? Where will all these people go? This is the last place in New York City where working class and immigrant families can afford to live. So that was the genesis of this rap. You know, so the signs are there around Yankee Stadium and below, but we still have time to make sure that people here can still afford to live here. No place has contributed more to popular music than the Bronx has. In the 1940s and 50s, when you had African Americans, West Indians, and Puerto Ricans moving from Harlem to the Bronx, there was Afro-Cuban music, there was jazz, there was doo-wop, there was salsa, and eventually hip-hop. And all these groups mixed their cultures together to produce this rich legacy. You know, you're in the streets, you hear somebody else's radio, or you hear them singing, or you're hearing them playing their drums, and you're intrigued by it, so you start mixing that with what you do. Again, if people are up in their apartments being waited on by their servants, they're not going to, you know, get that experience. It's the streets that are the source of creativity. And I want to keep the Bronx streets as a place where that kind of creativity is constantly reinvented for new generations. Back in the day, New York was a place where people could find affordable space. We had Patterson and Forest and Melrose, too, and 1520 Sedgwick, where hip-hop grew, but the bankers took over the Lower East Side, raising our rents and killing our pride. Park Slope came next, and Harlem, no doubt. If you didn't have money, you had to move out. Now the Bronx is the place where we're making our stand, wherever we come from. This is our land. We're from Ghana, the DR, Mexico, Virginia, Boricua, Antigua. Our spirit is in you. We drive your buses, we bring your food, we cure your illness in times bad or good. We need places to stay where our children can grow. If you keep raising rents, where will we go?